Hi everyone, Emma here. I am getting ready to show you a memory wire bracelet that I'm going to make with these awesome beads. And yeah, so last night I did these two bracelets and I had so much fun doing the single bracelets, and I got a lot of really positive response from it. So what I wanted to do was do a 1 hour challenge to see how many of these I can make. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because I tend to overthink things, and then I get stuck where I actually don't even make anything because I'm too busy thinking, oh, it has to be this way and it has to be that way. But I find if I put a time constraint on myself, I stop thinking that way and I just put it on, and you get like happy mistakes and all kinds of fun stuff happening. And that's what happened this morning. So actually I was getting ready to do a challenge. So I'm going to go out and show you my desk. So I have bins of beads everywhere ready to go, different styles of beads that I don't often use, and I had some ideas for. There's even some over here. So I'm going to do that, but as I was preparing for this, I started to think about, I pulled out these, I keep calling them pukas, but they're actually silkies. These guys here, so they're like tile beads, but they have these little ridges on each side where the holes are. They look kind of like an eye from the side. These are check glass beads. They're 6x6, and you can get them on sale right now at scarabeads.com. And you can, there's a coupon code love beads, and I think CS beads is the other one. Let me just check quickly here. I usually keep a coupon on my desk. It's here. S beads, yeah, all caps, for 10% off. And they have a new coupon code for something else. I'll have to pause it and get that. It's in an email that they sent me. Anyway, I also checked, and I had ordered a bunch of these dragonfly cabochons and did the bead work around it. It was super easy to do and so much fun. These are about $4 right now on sale, and that's Canadian, so it's even cheaper for Americans. I checked, and there is a lot of the stuff that's sold out, but there is still more available. And actually, after I did this one, this was a lot of fun, and normally I go from this size down, but now that I made this, I have the bigger one, and I made a huge red one, which is on my wall. I'll show you. I have it up here. That's a 40 millimeter one. It's quite big, but it looks awesome on a necklace. And a lot of the large ones are still available. So definitely check them out if you're interested. They're so beautiful and so much fun to work with. But anyway, get back to these. So I had seen these guys and just fell in love with these beautiful spikes, and thought it'd be cool to do a leather wrap bracelet with these guys. And so I only have a few strands of these big ones, and then when I was at Scare Beads and they had the sale, they had these little tiny ones. I was like, oh my gosh, I love these. They're so cute. So they had the 2 holes. Now I did notice when I was preparing this bracelet that I had 2 different types of silver. So this one is a shiny silver, and this one's the matte silver. So I guess I must have placed 2 different orders and didn't realize there was a difference. So Sometimes I do that. I miss all the stuff. But anyway, so my thought, and it's so funny, I talk about in the other video about not using up my beads for memory wire, like having so many beads on one bracelet. And now that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So what I thought I'd do is put a row of these seed beads and some of these kind of pearl finished seed beads as well up top and up on the bottom, and then a strand of these in the middle. So I'll try and orient them properly. And so I think I'll just get started. I cut actually I think maybe 6. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I cut 6 because I'm not sure, like basically I need 4 full ones, and then I'd like to go halfway to the other side. I'm not sure. I've never made these, so. And I'm also leaving some room. Some people mentioned about using a toggle because the memory wires, they're thin enough that they would actually, like I would imagine this would fall off. If you hit it the right way, it would come off. So I think that's a great idea, using the toggle. So I am most likely going to use this toggle here. I think that'll look really nice. And I have some charms ready, and I kind of wanted to do something like this, but this might be for another bracelet. And the other thing I pulled out was my mermaid that has 2 holes. And I don't know if you can see this, but I have bent her a bit, and I probably need to bend her even more. But I was curious, so along with this challenge that I'm going to do on these others, is I could probably do something like this. I might have to bend that a little more. Yeah. Or put jump rings. Yeah, I might have to put jump rings. And yeah, it looks like she needs to be bent a little more. And I found that it was actually pretty easy to bend this. Now I would bend it on a cup or something. A mandrel if you had one. Which I mentioned this yesterday. I gotta order a mandrel. I have one in my cart, but I'm ordering it from BB Craft. That's the cheapest that I've seen so far for the type that I want. And yeah, it needs to be bent even more than that, but I'll do that later. So let's take a look at what we have here. So I have these all set up, and what I did was I took my bracelet off and just set it up to kind of give me an idea of how far I need to go with that. So I put a stopper on the end. I was going to turn it and then just clip it off and redo it when I went to put the toggle, but depending on how this goes, I may end up taking this off. I might have to take the other off to readjust and stuff, so I don't know how hard this is going to be to get these beads on. I mean, they go on easy. It's just like a matter of how you're holding it so they don't fly all over the place. Like one just went scooting across. Over a bit so you can see. There, that's good. So let's move these guys out of the way. I don't really need them. Just wanted to show you. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 and 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So I'll keep doing this till I get one strand, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my first strand on, And you can see I have it kind of looped part way, so it goes a full loop plus like about 10 beads or so. And yeah, so let me start adding this, guys. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work now. So here was what I had tested on the other bracelet. Is I have 2 strands. Aha. So I've combined 2 strands together. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be able to curl this around. Let's see. We could be taking this apart. So we'll start. And that doesn't have a proper hole in it. And I noticed one of the others didn't have a second hole at all. And the other thing is you have to pay attention on the orientation of these spikes, because you want it to be showing to the outside. So once you go to put your second, and I want these ridges of the, so, oh, I guess they're on both sides, so that part doesn't matter. So yeah, so let's see if this is going to work. We might have to take this off. Oh, see, this is the one that didn't have a hole. The odd time that happens. It's kind of rare, but I haven't been beading for long, so. My wife was in my office before I started recording. I put a bracelet on the door handle to let her know that I'm recording, because otherwise she just marches in. And who knows what obscenities are coming out of her mouth. By the time she's coming to talk to me, something's gone wrong. So anyway, she was outside spraying I guess it's like the meter for the electric meter. They put new meters on, but they're already rusted, and our neighbor's was so rusted that they had to replace the whole box, and it was a huge issue. Now we have a neighbor a couple of doors down who's an electrician, so he did it for him. But then they had to get the inspector to come and check, and then something was wrong, so they had to, something that was supposed to take one day, and it was on the hottest day of the year. And our poor neighbor, he's like wearing his work clothes because he had come from work. So he's wearing like full heavy pants and shirt, long sleeve shirt and stuff. Trying to fix this. But anyway, so my wife was like, oh, we better fix ours. So let's see if this is, so I'm wondering if all I have to do is spin it onto the next one. Like this. This seems to be working. Woohoo! So yeah, she's out there. Make sure I'm doing this the right way. She's out there, rust proofing it with some trim clad, which we had a can of it, but the nozzle was stuck. So she comes in my office. She's like, I'm looking for tools. So you see what I'm doing? I'm looking in your office because you steal all the tools. The reality is she can't find the tools because she never puts them away. Don't tell her I said that. Most of the time they're at the top of the basement stairs next to like cases of soup and stuff. Like, oh. And then I'll organize the toolboxes in the basement in the laundry room. And again, she's like, I can't find anything. You should leave it where I put it so I can find them. thinking to myself, oh my God, clearly that's not working for you. It's always laughing when she said, I'm looking in here for my tools. She's like, oh, you laugh. I'm thinking to myself, we just celebrated our anniversary. We're like an old married couple. Where's my stuff? You took it. So it's getting a little harder to get this around, but I think it's just it's not that big a deal. It might be like spinning around too. That's causing the... So she took off with one of my pliers, which I can't say too much because she had a set of pliers that she was given at work. Yeah, I don't know why these guys are stuck. I don't want these all to fall off. Where am I here? Actually, this seems to be working better, just kind of... it's this one that's wonky. Oh, it broke. Wow. So the hole was too small. Okay, so we didn't go that far. So let me take that one off and put a new one on. So there's two there. Third. I'm just going to inspect this one to make sure the holes are a good size. They look good. And I'll have to be careful putting the spikes on. Make sure they're on correctly. So those are falling to the inside. That. That. Okay. So now, make sure we get the first one here. Now, flip them up. I wonder if I held them all up, I could probably just slide it through. Oh well, just do one at a time here. Oh, it's coming back. I'm in trouble. You know, I talked about my mood being funky, but, you know, we live with other people. They're going through the same stuff, so we have to be considerate. So let me pause this. I might pause it and just put the rest of these guys through, and I'll catch you at the end. So I just wanted, I'm going to pause this again and continue, but I just wanted to show you what's happening. So one, I have way too much. I knew I did, and probably once I get this around 1.5 times, I'm going to go ahead and put these beads next to these and cut it. But in the meantime, this is what I want to show you here, what is happening. And I had to put I didn't put my bead stopper on. And these were all the way on the other end, but when I started putting these on, of course, what happened is my beads all fell off. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Anyway, so this is what's happening because I've got it on the same wire. It ends up butting up against each other and getting stuck. So I'm having to kind of jiggle it and bring these guys forward and then move these over and kind of just, let me see if I can, there, kind of loosen it a bit. So move these. It takes a little bit of finagling here. So these get kind of stuck on the wire. If you turn the wire a bit, then it moves forward. As long as it doesn't break the beads. And it seems like when these pukas get stuck a lot. And part of it too is this wire is a bit corroded, and I don't know if you can see it a bit there. So it's not as smooth, so it's getting caught up on the beads. But you can see it starts to move pretty good. So I just got a little bit, but this is starting to look amazing. It's really, I don't know if you can see how that looks. It's pretty cool. That is awesome. So yeah, let me just see if I can move this a little bit. So it moves easier if you're, yeah, you see how smooth this is? If you kind of just let it sit and do its own thing and just go through and move them. So we're almost there, a little bit more. So just move those guys. Oh, my stopper came off again. Ah, look at that. And I know somebody mentioned using a stop bead. I'll have to get some of those. Or maybe get some clay or... You know what? I have my eraser. My kneadable eraser. Let me grab that. So this is my container with my kneadable eraser for drawing. This stuff's amazing because I just grab a piece of my drawing and I use textured paper. So it's kind of like sanded paper or sandpaper. And you want to get in the little crevices, so you just dab it like this and it pulls the colored pencil, believe it or not. If you thought colored pencil wasn't erasable, it is. I mean, it's best to pull it off that way than it is to rub it, because rubbing it just pushes it back into the paper. Okay, where am I here? Let me just... I don't know if that'll stay on. You'll probably pick up all these beads. Okie dokie. Let's move right along, make sure I'm going the right way here. Yeah, that's the right way. Yeah, so doing it in this position actually gets it moving a lot better. Okay, so still have a ways to go here. My wife's calling me from outside. So my wife was hollering from outside. Now I know why she's freaking out. She's getting everything ready for the storm that's coming. So I have to show you something. I pulled in the patio chairs and put them in the dining room. Look at these fool cats. Oh yeah, he knows he's in trouble. What are you doing up there? I did put it there for them. Do you have a new chair, buddy? Are you happy? Your chair's back? You had a chair there from the last storm. What you doing, Jax? Are you a good kitty? Anyway, let's get back to bracelets. So that actually reminds me of a story before I met my wife. The funny thing is, I had a house in this neighborhood, and I had a plastic, it must have been resin, angel that was probably about 3 feet high in the garden. And of course they tell you to secure everything, anything that can be a projectile, make sure you get rid of it, put it away, secure it, that kind of thing. And so I was picking up all the garden stuff and putting it away, and I picked up the angel and I was going to put it away, and then I was like, it was pretty far from the house, like it was at the base of a tree. I actually have pictures of it. And okay, so let's go a little bit further. I was getting ready to put it away, and I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to leave it out. So the storm hit in the middle of the night, and I remember waking up to this massive crash. So I rushed to the basement and hid. It was awful. And finally, you know, the storm settled down a bit. Okay, so I've gone quite a bit now, so I'm going to start the beads. I'll fix the other ones. Let's put some more out here. So I, the next morning, went out to survey the damage, and our poor neighbors on the one side, they had just built a granny flat onto their house for their mother. And thank goodness, you know, when the storm started, she went into the main part of the house, because the granny flat was like a sunroom. Okay, I need some pearls here. And a tree fell right on the granny flat, right through the roof. The whole thing was smashed. It was incredible. And on the other side of me was where the tree was in my backyard, but it had fallen exactly, and it was a massive old tree. It had fallen exactly in between the two houses, totally missing both houses. Had it hit either of the house, well, the crash happened while I was in bed, so, you know, I most likely would have been killed. And, you know, my mom was really superstitious about things like that, like angels and whatnot. Another time when I was a kid, we had a electrical storm, and I was probably manic at the time. I kept running outside and looking at stuff, and I'd run in the house screaming, "Oh my God, it's crazy out there," and just being a stupid little teenager. And my mom was starting to get really nervous, and she used to have a bottle of holy water. And so she went around the house putting drops of holy water at each window. And, you know, again, silly little teenager, didn't see the value and how important it was to her. So I was just joking about it and stuff. The next time I ran through the house, the lightning hit, and it went through the house and hit our TV and just missed me. Yeah, I kind of believe in some of that stuff. I mean, with a grain of salt, I guess. Like, yeah, I don't know. Because being a nurse, I'm very science-based. But then I also believe that our energy can help other people, whether that's by action or by thoughts, definitely, I mean, if you think about if you have a positive feeling towards somebody, that's going to translate in how you interact with them. So, I mean, if you take it at that level, then, thoughts are powerful. So, when you start to think of a group of people, like you think about the monks that pray at a certain time every day, the same prayer all across the world, and they're doing that to bring peace and prosperity to all humankind, it's not that great of a leap. So, and definitely we all know about prayer and how that can heal people. So, yeah, so that's what she is out there, just securing things. Be interesting. We haven't been through a major storm together yet, although we've had, of course, we had a major storm in the winter, and this is when she was waiting for her back surgery, so she was on a ton of drugs. So basically she slept the whole time for a year straight. And I was starting to get really frustrated. Now, of course, I had charged all my devices, so my tablet, my e-reader, and my laptop. Well, one movie and my laptop was shot. And we were going on like day 2. Oh, I was not happy. And she slept. And that was at Christmas, and it was like Boxing Day. We decided instead of doing a turkey, we were going to do a roast. Got it halfway cooked, and the storm hit. The power went out. So I managed to cook it on the barbecue the rest of the way. But yeah, this is really nice. Okay, let me see. I think I'm gonna bring it to about here, so maybe 15 more, and I'll fix the other. Make sure I'm okay. 1, 3. So we had Hurricane Juan hit us pretty severely. We were out of power. I want to say 3 to 5 days. I can't remember now. But that was in the summer. Oops. But that same year, we had a snowstorm that totally engulfed us with snow, like your door was completely covered with snow. And we called it White Juan. And but we weren't together when that storm hit. So there was my neighbor and a young guy on the street went around and shoveled everybody out. 2 guys shoveled everybody out. And I mean, you think of it, if it's up to the top of your door and through your driveway, that's a lot of shoveling for a hand shovel. So let me get this organized here. I am going to put this here. Let's see if I can snafu this. No. I really should advance it though. But no, I guess I can advance it to this way, yeah. And then cut this off and still use this. But I want to see what it looks like first. Okay. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Wow. This is pretty awesome. Look at that. Okay, so let's see what I'm missing here. You know what? I'm going to count these. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I might add 15 just for good measure. So what do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The rest fell off. So I need 2 more on there. Okay, that was, it's all sticky now. Let me see what I could do here. 9, or 3 and 2, so that's 10. I don't know if that was 9 or... Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to pause this and I'll finish this up and we'll get to the clasp part. Okay, so I'm back, and what I did was I added, I love these little, they're rice beads, silver check glass rice beads. Anyway, I love them, so I put one of those there to kind of make that part a little nice, and I added the clasp because this kept coming off and I keep losing. But here is the problem. Because I went a little further on the seed beads, about a quarter of a turn, this is what happens. And because we're doing 2, let me see if I can find it here. So this is what you end up with. So you end up with the amount that you went. So I think I would have, you know what, I should take this off. But, oh, it's this that has to come off. This one here. So by 2, and that would be enough to close that gap. So I might just leave it bare like that and add the charms in this section here. So I think that's what I'm going to do for now, because I'm not certain that taking 2, like 10 plus these little pearls off is going to, like, what that'll do is bring these closer, and then you'll be stuck. Because then, you know, it's hard to, actually you can't get it on your wrist now that I think of it. So that's not going to work at all. Oh, my bright idea is not so bright anymore. Let's see if I can loosen it a bit. Yeah, you can't get it on. So you would have to create like a bangle. Now, the other option is to just do the second wire in here to keep it straight and do a little turn at the end. So just cut one piece that would fit in the bottom, do a little turn, and put dangles on that, because it's really pretty. And my beads are falling off again. Okay, let me pause the video and see if I can work this out. Okay, I don't know, did any of you guys see that happening? Because I didn't. Oh, okay, be right back. Okay, I managed to fix it. Now, I put the clasp on the wire. I should have put a jump ring because I'm finding it's kind of getting caught. And once I have more than just a single, it probably doesn't need a clasp, but I thought, you know what, it's so decorative too, this clasp. So you could use it for security or just as a dangle. So it's something like that. So it's actually pretty nice. And I didn't put the charms on, so this is what I did for the middle piece. So I just went ahead, see if you can see that there. So there's the one loop and there's the other loop. So I just added, now what it did was it made it really rigid, but not a big deal. I mean, you can still get it on and off, so it's not too bad. And yeah, let's put some, see how it's flipping up like that. That was my mistake. And you know, when I was turning these, it's freaking broke one of my beads. And because of the position of this, it's not like I could take it off. So that one's that. The only other option is to break it off completely. And I wanted to show you, I had one of these guys on the end here. And, you know, I forget they look metallic, these, but they're check glass beads, right? So when I was turning one of these, and it's because they're so hard to turn, right? And I put it so close, and I kind of wanted it close. I didn't want to see any wire, but I think I need to get over that and leave a bit of wire. And actually this is probably where I'm going to put my charms, so that you can see them. They won't be, like, this would be a good place too if you want to display your toggle, if it dangled properly, but oh well, it's something new for me. So you know, at some point I'm gonna have to stop using that excuse, because I won't be new anymore. It'll be like, let me see, you joined YouTube in 2012, but you're new. Oh, you guys keep me honest. Okay, so let's put these guys on, and then I will upload this video, and then I'm gonna do the challenge. I still can't open my drawer, so a bit of a problem with this drawer here. I think I'm gonna move it. I like having stuff close by, but I think I'll put them all on the one. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I like having stuff close by, but it's hard to open the drawers. This over here. Okay. Oh, there it is. And okay, don't tell anybody. My wife took my pliers and she didn't bring them back. And she says it's me that steals the tools. We know who the real thief is. What I was going to say earlier is she got a set of these tools when she retired. I don't know why it must have been an anniversary gift at work. She was there for over 32 years. So yeah, it must have been an anniversary, because why would you give somebody tools when they're retiring? So yeah, I must have got that wrong. But it's these guys. So these are great. Now, what Kelly from Kelly's Bead Boutique was saying, don't use these type of tools because they have these ridges and they'll scuff up your tools or your findings. So this was bought, I think I got this on Amazon, and it was supposed to be for jewelry. It does, no, I guess it doesn't. I'm just looking, I thought it had ridges. It's just not as smooth. So yeah, this is what your tools should look like. So there we go. That's lovely. It goes like this. Let's flip that on that side. There we go. There. Let's move this out of the way so you can see. So that was my, I'm not done with this design. I will work out the kinks on this. I think I'm done using 2-hole beads with this though. But I have a whole, I have sliders that I think would look amazing. So something like this. And this is what they look like. So if I did memory wire, a single one on the top, a single one on the back. So rather than just try and do all of one, because then you can't put it on, it has to be a bangle. And it has to be big enough so you could slide it on. So I think if I did a single and a single with this, holding the two together would look awesome. So yeah, let me try that one next, in the next video. So thank you for joining me and having fun with these guys. If you have any suggestions on how, you know, I may end up redoing this just so that we get this guy. Actually, I could probably take that off and put a smaller loop. Yeah. We have a bit of time. Let's do that. Hopefully I won't break that bead. So let's just gentle. I could actually take that off just like that. What? And then close this up. Make sure it's closed good. I just want to make sure that that's going to stay. And you know, here I was digging through my drawer and I have these on purpose in these containers so that I can just grab them when I need them. Here I was digging through all these different sizes thinking, oh, I need to buy some jump rings. I need a new memory. Actually, you know what, that's kind of big. But you know what, it'll give it some room. And I might add something to this, like a dangle or a charm. And this is not the proper way to do this, so please don't think this is a tutorial. I think I said that in the last video. This is not, I should do like sign blinking. This is not a tutorial. This is Emma getting silly. There, that's better. That's what I wanted, like it to sit. And this way, if you want to, you can do this. Look at that, there. That's better. That's more better. Ta-da! There we go. Thank you everyone for joining me in my silliness. And get ready for some more crazy silliness. I think I'm going to do the slider one. And then I'll do the 1 hour challenge. Awesome. Take care, folks.